What's up, Reds? Hope everyone's recovering well from the postponement of the biggest match of the year. I know it was a little bit of a disappointment. Let me know what you guys think about that whole protest, right? I'm obviously for everyone's right to protest, but the fact that it, postponed the game, it kind of went over the top, but, let me know what you think about that. Today, I want to provide everyone a detailed update about Gomez and Virgil van Dijk. We know the pictures came out, which I'll present with you here shortly, that they are back in training. The big question remains when they're gonna come back. A lot of reports back in, January were saying they're back in April, but there's details that people omit, mainly the timeline after ACL reconstruction surgery as well as patellar tendon reconstruction surgery. So I'm going to provide you with all that here shortly. Now, don't let me get ahead of myself and don't get ahead of yourself. They're not coming back this season. That's just the fact of the matter, okay? So don't get your hopes up there, but at least you guys get some answers here from what to expect rather than just seeing pictures of them and then seeing LiverpoolFC.com reporting no timeline has been given for when they can return. So real quick, you might be asking what phase of recovery they're in. Let me share it with you. So we know Virgil van Dijk was injured on October 17th, right? I think he had the surgery maybe a day or two after. It doesn't matter. But let's just go with October 17th. Generally speaking, most ACL reconstruction surgeries require at least 6 months before return to sport, which means return to cutting, jumping, plyometric exercises, things of that nature. Perfect timing too, because it is literally exactly, a little over exactly, 6 months since Virgil van Dijk's ACL reconstruction surgery. So we are right on time, which means Liverpool are being conservative with this. So let me show you what I mean. 6 months post-operative, right? The goal is to return to sports. And what you'll see here, and this is a general overview, right? The general rule of thumb, according to the Mayo Clinic, right, and what I learned as well, 8 to 12 months is what you can expect for athletes to return to sport following ACL reconstruction. Given it's 6 months, we're looking at least another 2 months for Virgil van Dijk in sport activities, like we saw the pictures of him training at the AXA training ground. So look, return to sport. This is what he was required to have prior to going back onto the training pitch, right? His quad strength was at least 80% of the non-involved leg, as well as his hamstring strength. He needed full range of motion through the hip and the knee. He needed no swelling, good stability, and he can complete a running program, which is great because we've seen him running. We saw Virgil van Dijk running last week, the week before, and this is good because he was finalizing that running program in order to be able to return to sporting activities. This is all good news, guys. This is all good news. And I'll show you what I mean, that running program. You see here 12 to 20 weeks, all right? You're looking at the strengthening exercises. This is what he was doing in the gym. Agility drills, zigzags, crossover drills, right? He's been running. This is what he's been working on. Now, the interesting thing for me about Joe Gomez is that, from what I understand, it was a torn patellar tendon, which is the tendon that runs over your kneecap. Generally speaking, torn tendons take about 12 weeks to rehab, okay? Given that, you didn't have surgery and it's just a normal rehab process. Of course, it varies from every athlete to every athlete. So there's clearly something going on because he did have surgery. You guys see coming up here, crazy scar, right? Crazy scar that you see. It's kind of a weird scar, to be honest with you. I'd expect the top class surgeons, you're not saying that I'm a great surgeon or anything, not even close by any means. I'm just saying it looks a little weird, but let's move on from that. To me, it's interesting that Joe Gomez is taking as long as he is to recover. However, he was injured later than Virgil van Dijk, so we take that into account. I think we'll see Joe Gomez come back a little bit earlier than Virgil van Dijk. The reason being is that if he hurt a tendon and he had surgery on the tendon, a tendon heals way faster than a ligament does, which is what Virgil van Dijk tore. Ligaments don't have the blood supply, which means they can't get the nutrients that the tendons can. So I expect Joe Gomez to be back pretty soon, honestly. I wouldn't expect him back this season, but what I'm saying is he will probably be back to full fitness sooner than Virgil van Dijk. I'm excited that they're all training. I really am. I mean, I waited an entire week for the Man United game, and then that game was canceled. And now I'm probably just gonna go and watch at the time of recording, I'm probably just gonna go and watch the Champions League game. Hopefully Man City get knocked out. Crossing my fingers, but I'm not expecting it. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Let me know what you guys think about this video down below. If you enjoyed these updates, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Reds, take care.